For months and months now, Republicans have been telling us that all of these agitators showing up to their town halls were all paid protesters from the left, George Soros just cutting checks left and right, paying people to show up at Republican town halls and beg them to not cut their benefits, which Republicans ultimately did. Well, now we have an instance where the tables did in fact turn. This past Thursday, Democratic Representative Jasmine Crockett held a town hall where two conservative influencers, I guess you would call them, decided to show up and cause a ruckus by shouting out racially charged statements at the African American lawmaker. Now, I will read you what these two individuals said and did in just a moment, but first, a quick word from today's video sponsor. By now, you know Trump's big, beautiful bill has passed, but almost no one's reporting how ICE will get nearly $40 billion of our tax money each year, making it the most heavily funded law enforcement agency in U.S. history. That's more money than most nations spend on their entire military. So much of our media is either missing the worst of this bill or twisting the language so you think it's all in your best interest. But we've seen the ICE raids ramping up. Now Trump's openly threatening to deport U.S. citizens. This should be the biggest story in America, yet it's buried. Making ground news essential right now is what all of this is doing. They're the only tool I've found exposing these blind spots in the media. By gathering the world's news in one place, organizing it by story, then analyzing just how far-right and radical each unbiased source actually is, you get way more context than you ever would anywhere else. If we're being honest, we've seen Trump's power grabs throughout history. They said never again, and that means never again everywhere. And right now, it's happening here. So if you want to stay ahead on immigration, the economy, or simply finding the stories missing from your news feeds, Ground News has you covered. Their app and website is a smarter, more reliable way to stay informed at a time when MAGA is banking on us to stay distracted. So I've partnered with them to get you 40% off the same Vantage plan that I have been using. That comes out to $5 a month for unlimited access to everything I've mentioned and so much more. Just go to ground.news/Farron or scan the QR code to subscribe. With at least another 4 years of this, we can't afford to miss these details. So the first agitator that spoke up at Jasmine Crockett's Thursday town hall was Blaze TV reporter Sarah Gonzalez. And Sarah Gonzalez decided that she had had enough of Crockett, and she stood up and said this: "Jasmine, the people of Dallas deserve better than a fake ghetto hoodrat." Before adding, "Do they know you're a spoiled rich kid from Missouri?" Does that part even matter? Gonzalez was then, of course, escorted out by security, but fake ghetto hoodrat. Yeah, I would say that's racially charged. I mean, perhaps you have a different opinion and you view it differently, but that kind of seems to have some pretty serious racial undertones to it. It doesn't take a genius to decipher what's actually happening here. The second influencer that spoke up has like 10,000 followers on Twitter, or at least did at the time this happened. I'm sure she's amassed more by now. A woman who goes by the handle of Blonde Conservative. And she jumped up and shouted, "Jasmine, why do you hate white people? Why are you racist towards white people?" And of course, this is a typical right-wing refrain of accusing black people of reverse racism because they hate all white people, which of course is not even something that's true in the case of Jasmine Crockett. Like, that's just another racially charged statement directed at a successful, very powerful at this point within the Democratic Party, black woman. Nothing scares Republicans more than a talented, intelligent black woman. And that is what Jasmine Crockett is. And there is really, at least in my opinion, no other way to look at this than racially. Because Jasmine Crockett is not, obviously, the only outspoken critic of Donald Trump, but she is the one that people like Donald Trump himself overwhelmingly decide to target. You know, we don't see people like this showing up at other Democrat town halls, you know, for the white ones. And we've had plenty of those. But this event at Jasmine Crockett's town hall actually happened, you know, a day or two after Trump was on Truth Social calling Jasmine Crockett, as he always does with black women, low IQ. So he kind of, you know, stoked the flames a little bit. And then these two so-called influencers go there, cause a ruckus, and both of them, by the way, managed to capture the video and post it on their own social media sites. So I'm sure they got a ton of followers from it, because they sure as hell did get a lot of support on social media from people who also used racially charged language. In fact, after Sarah Gonzalez posted her video, another conservative by the name of Blake Cressis, who is a self-described loyal MAGA patriot, you can hear in the video somebody saying, "Get your ass out of here." So Cressis responded by saying, "What's up with the old white lady speaking Ebonics? These people are sick." Get your ass out of here is not Ebonics, but I love how y'all just can't escape the race part of it, right? Like, that's where y'all always want to go. And that tells us a hell of a lot about who you actually are as people, doesn't it? But that's all they have. They're not attacking Jasmine Crockett over policy. They're not going after her for anything real. They have to make up these imagined slights that she is somehow racist against white people, because they're the ones who make it about race. These comments, again, in my opinion, prove that. These are racially charged statements by people that were clearly looking to get a viral moment on social media. Did you know that you might be missing out on wonderful content from me? I mean, you're here already because clearly you like what you see. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share them with your friends and family, but also follow me across the rest of the social media world. And it's not that hard to do. Whether it's X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, on every one of those platforms, you can find me at the username @FarronBalanced. Simple enough, right? So get on it. And if you don't feel like going to each one of those outlets individually, lucky for you, we have links in the description of this video to take you right to my pages across all of social media. So don't miss a minute. And while you're at it, make sure you're also subscribed to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel, which I have been hosting for many, many years now. We've got more than 1 million subscribers over there, and there is fresh content over there every single day of the week. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel. And while you're at it, go subscribe to Ring of Fire at youtube.com/The Ring of Fire and @FarronBalanced across every social media platform that, of course, is not considered just a far-right hellscape. Well, maybe Twitter is, but that's a story for a different day.